Today, we're going to talk about the metaverse.
Believe them. Don't trust them. They are dying. Let them die.
Hey, guys, this is Christopher Mosier from MyMediaHelper.com, and today I wanted to talk about Meta, the Metaverse, and Facebook, and it's stuff that's been on my mind for a long time. I've been thinking about for a long time, and I just wanted to articulate it on a video. So recently, Zuckerberg there changed his company's name from Facebook to Meta. I'm not sure why. Maybe it just sounds cooler. He's starting this whole metaverse, which seems like a complete disaster. And when he's pawning it off as like this great original thing, which is a culmination of ideas that have been around for a couple decades now.
That is one big pile of shit.
So if you don't know what the metaverse is, to sum it up, this article does it pretty perfectly. It says here, this is from Tech Target, is what is metaverse in simple terms? And in simple terms, imagine a virtual world in which people live, work, shop, and interact with others, all from the comfort of their couch in the physical world. This is known as the metaverse. Metaverse didn't become a household term until Facebook changed its corporate name to Meta. Metaverse is not a household term. I'm not going to go to my mother and say, hey, Mom, let's talk about the metaverse. She's going to look at me and go, what the fuck are you talking about? So, okay. Yeah, the article says it, so who am I to say? I think the only people that know what a metaverse is kind of geeks like us. So basically, it's just a virtual reality, and that's been around for eons, right? At least a couple decades plus. It's basically glasses that you put on, and it's a 360-degree perspective. You know, you can look up, you can look down, you can look all around, and it's just basically a video game that you're walking around in, and you're doing the same shit you do in real life. I don't know. I don't want to go do the shit in real life and then go have to do the same shit in a video game. Do you? I don't know. Interact with people. I don't know. Maybe it'd be cool to have an avatar and interact with people, but this shit ain't anything new. There's a place that I used to go to years ago, and it's still around, Second Life. I played it for like a day, and I got bored. You can do the exact same thing. It's not virtual reality, but it's the same exact thing. So
I want to share what we imagine is possible.
Yeah.
The experiences you'll have, the creative economy we'll all build, and the technology that needs to be invented, as well as how we're going to all do this together.
Well, it sounds kind of cool, Zuckerberg. The only problem is, and it's not necessarily the idea. The idea is pretty sound. It's like I said, a culmination of other ideas just pulling together. Like a movie is basically ideas formed together from other movies and put into its own thing. Same with the metaverse. It's other technologies being pulled in and being put together in one thing. Basically, it's not the concept. I don't want to belittle the idea, because look at digital photography. Kodak thought it was going nowhere, and then Kodak went in the shitter. Kodak didn't keep up with the times, and Kodak is a minuscule company to what it used to be. I used to work at Kodak. It used to be in Rochester, New York. It used to be working in a city at a fire department.
No clues, no strategies, no options, zero, zip, nada. No trust.
So with that said, here's the real problem, Zuckerberg. We don't trust you. I mean, we've already seen what Twitter and Facebook have done by canceling people's accounts, their thoughts, their opinions, because it doesn't match their own ideology. So that's sketchy in the first place. And then there's all this shit that's going around. Class action lawsuits for information, for targeting children, for advertising, canceling people's accounts for no reason. So with that said, here's the real problem, Zuckerberg. We don't trust you. I mean, we've already seen what Twitter and Facebook have done by canceling people's accounts, their thoughts, their opinions, because it doesn't match their own ideology.
And that is the whole problem with aliens, is you just can't trust them. Occasionally you meet a nice one, Starman, E.T., but usually they turn out to be some kind of big lizard.
Here's what I think about kids as far as targeting advertisements are concerned. I'm going to play devil's advocate on this one, to the fact that it's not Facebook's job to parent your kid, to police your kid. It's your job, if you're going to have a kid, then that's your responsibility. You don't target a corporation for that. I grew up in the 80s when they had these things called cartoons. I think they still have cartoons. I don't know. I'm old. Nah, that's not true. I watch cartoons. So they had G.I. Joe, Transformers, Mask, a gazillion different properties where you could find the action figures and the toys in the store. They were all commercials. They were 30-minute commercials with commercials in between for cereal and every other thing, targeting 6-year-olds or 7-year-olds or 8-year-olds. It's the same argument then that it is now. It's not up to Facebook to fucking police kids. So with that said, I mean, companies are run, right, by individuals. It's not just some automaton out there. It is a combination of people coming together, and you have to kind of think that, all right, this corporation, and I know we are against corporations in this country, if not around the world, just to the amount of money that they make and to the fact there's other things going on. Do we need a metaverse when we can't even control life on a physical plane? Are we going virtually into someplace else? I mean,
and now, folks, it's time for Who Do You Trust? Hubba, 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 money, money, money. Who do you trust?
Do we need this pretend world built when we can't even fix our own? That's a moral question. I don't have a good answer for you. Politically, I'm pretty much cut in the middle. I see both sides of the argument, so I don't have a simple answer for this. But here's a headline right here. There's a crisis in Central Africa. I talked to a gentleman from the Congo who Ubers, and he Ubered to a doctor appointment that I had because I broke my ankle in 2 places. I've mentioned it several times on other videos, but the point is he talked about how he was in a refugee camp, and they give you basically supplies to live. They give you supplies to build like a structure, a housing, but it's fundamentally a shack, and he sends money home because the American dollar is worth a lot more, obviously, over in Africa. Maybe it's not obvious. Over in Africa, he sends what he can to his family and stuff. There's still some of his family over there that he'd like to get home. So anyways, my point is, and this is a moral obligation. I don't want to tell an entity, a corporation, I don't want to tell them what to do with their money. I want the individuals in that corporation to be moral enough to determine that, okay, we don't need to be spending, and this is what I'm talking about, Zuckerberg, baby. Do we need to be spending $15 billion on this? Now, keep in mind, this is going to generate jobs. This is going to generate income from other people. But I'm going to show you on the flip side how that's kind of blowing up in his face a little bit. Here's another article right here. After 177 billion in investment, why did Metaverse graphics still suck? I don't know. I'm not worried about the graphics of Metaverse. $177 billion on this shit, this virtual reality crap, this pretend world. It makes no sense to me when that money could go to actually solving real issues in the real world. That's my liberal side. My conservative side says it's going to generate income, it's going to generate jobs, and I don't like to tell people what to do with their money. Even billion-dollar companies, that's a snowball effect, right? Someone could do the same thing to me. I could go to Dunkin' Donuts and get a $5 coffee and go, hey, you don't need a $5 coffee. You can go home, make coffee for 25 cents, 50 cents, use that $4.50 and send it off to, I don't know, some third world country that needs it. So I'd be a hypocrite, and we're all kind of hypocrites. I'd be a hypocrite to say where this money should go. There's a difference between me thinking where it should go and telling someone where it should go. I think as a moral high ground. And I'm sure Facebook, Meta, whoever they want to call themselves, give plenty of money to charity. And that's not the fucking point. We don't need some fake world to go to at the end of our day. And then there's this too that I wanted to throw out there. They're going to have a large-scale layoff coming up very, very soon, according to the news sources that I read. This is just the Wall Street Journal. I've read it in several online publications.
The next platform and medium will be even more immersive.
Like a shop.
Some call it skill.
Keep talking.
An embodied internet where you're in the experience, not just looking at it. And we call this the Metaverse.
Now, you might think I'm being a little ridiculous to make a a billion, maybe even $1 trillion company, comparable to a $5 cup of coffee. I just do that to make an extreme point, because there are issues with that. You just can't tell people how to spend their money. And where is the line? Where is the line? Where can someone not make so much money? And that's a whole other video. That's a whole other argument. You can't tell someone not to make money, not to be ambitious and go out there just because you're lazy ass and this person's ambitious. You can't tell them they can't make a certain amount of money. So there's no imaginary cutoff. There's no real cutoff, and there can't be an imaginary cutoff. As far as escapism and everything, certainly we need an escape after a stressful day at work or stressful day of anything. And certainly this is a great way, a great platform probably for that to happen. But again, it's the fact that who's delivering it, and that's a good segue into this.
Everything we do online today, connecting socially, entertainment, games, work, is going to be more natural and vivid. Whoa, all right, that's a little too realistic. Now this is more my style. We believe the metaverse will be the successor to the mobile internet. And you're going to be able to do almost anything you can imagine.
You can't even get your original shit working. Why are you going to introduce new shit? So I don't know if this is a recent thing. It seems to be, and there's a gazillion websites you can go out here. Here's Reddit. As far as Facebook, just for no reason canceling people's accounts. It makes totally no sense. And I made a video about this before, that my account was canceled. One stupid story I have for you real quick is to the fact that a buddy of mine, a Facebook friend, put up on his Facebook account these two weird tasting or sounding Lay's potato chips. I don't know what the flavors were anymore, but they were just very obnoxious, like marshmallow potato chips or something like that. And I just put in Asians are weird. The guy lives in Malaysia. He's a friend of mine, and it was a poke at him. I was deleted for, not deleted, I was put in time out like some fucking 10-year-old for like 3 days or 4 days or something for saying Asians are weird for hate speech, which was a jab at my friend because he is Asian. And I'm sure if I put white people are weird, Americans are weird, nothing would have happened. But I put Asians are weird. And I didn't mean anything by it. I was just making fun of him because he was from Asia and he's putting weird tasting pictures of potato chips on his Facebook page. And no one could read it except his people, his friends. So it doesn't. Anyways, that's the kind of bullshit, stupid shit that Facebook does.
Listen, it isn't that I don't trust you, but I don't trust you, Otis. What'd you do? Well,
And they cancel people's accounts for no particular reason. And here's a whole thread. This is just one thread. And then if you try to go and correct the issue, this is what they get. And keep in mind, I did show you that thing about mass layoffs coming up, particularly this week. So it says we have fewer reviewers available due to the coronavirus pandemic. So we can't review the decision right now. So if they cancel your account for no reason, and you put in a bid to get this reviewed because you think it was canceled for no reason, there's no recourse. So you can't even control the fucking product that you have, and you're going to introduce this other fucking product on the market. So no, we don't trust you, Facebook. We don't trust you. We don't trust you. So am I going to make an account in this metaverse, and then a year, 2 years, 3 years, a decade later? So my original Facebook account was created in 2009. A decade later, are you going to just delete it for no reason, disable it for no reason? So all that time I spent there it means nothing. Anything that I purchased on there, I don't know why you would buy virtual products, but what do I know? Anything that you've done on there, any activity, any friends, yada, 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 gone for no reason. No, we don't trust you, Zuckerbucker, fucker. We don't trust you. So go away and take your metaverse with you.
Hey, boy.
Oh, hey, Mark. Hey, what's going on?
Hi, Mark. What's up, Mark?
This place is amazing.
The feeling of presence. This is the defining quality of the metaverse. You're going to really feel like you're there with other people. You'll see their facial expressions, you'll see their body language, maybe figure out if they're actually holding a winning hand. All the subtle ways that we communicate that today's technology can't quite deliver.
I knew you were bluffing.
Is he actually comparing the metaverse to a poker game? You ever play poker? You have to be present. You can't do that virtually. there's signs. You know, there could be this, there could be that, but it's also atmosphere. You have to feel it. You have to feel the room. You're not going to be able to do that in a virtual reality. You don't play poker. I mean, you can play poker in virtual reality, but just to the fact that he's claiming that is ridiculous.
I don't trust this kid any further than I can throw him.
Avatars will be as common as profile pictures today, but instead of a static image, they're going to be living 3D representations of you.
Avatars are cool. Avatars are cool to have. It's just, I don't want to see, if you go on vacation, I don't want to see your avatar having a good time. I don't want to see you go to France. I want to see you in front of the Eiffel Tower, not your avatar.
Beyond avatars, there is your home space. Your home is your personal space from which you can teleport to anywhere you want.
Koi fish that fly? That's new.
This is wild.
The metaverse isn't something we're building so much as it's something we're building for.
You never understood that. So my grandmother had a cottage, and they had their real house, they had a cottage, and they went camping. So that's 3 houses you have to take care of. You have to take care of your main house. You have to clean the cottage. You've got to get the camper ready and then clean it out once you come home. That's 3 houses you got to take care of. I don't even want to take care of one. I don't care if it's fucking real or virtual.
Across the industry, we need to bring that same imagination and commitment to building for interoperability, openness, safety, and privacy as we do.
Did he just say privacy? Facebook? Zuckerbucker? Privacy? Should I bring up those articles about the lawsuits again? Nah.
We're a new company with a new name. A company that our clients can believe in. A company that our clients can trust.
And I'm just incredibly energized to be on this journey with all of you.
I can see where this idea stemmed from or where it originated from, because Zuckerberger, baby, you are kind of in your own world, in your own imagination, in your own place. We can't relate to you. We don't trust you. And a majority of us certainly aren't on this journey with you because you can't be trusted. You showed it over the years with your other product, Facebook, which you magically turned into Metaverse or Meta, whatever you want to call your fucking company. We don't trust you. So that is that. And that's all I have to say. It's just the stuff I wanted to get off my chest. And this is the way I do it. So thank you as always, gals and guys. If you could subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate it. And certainly like this video if you liked it. Like it 4 times if you didn't like it. And share it with whomever. I'm not really sure who you would share it with. I don't know. All right, gals and guys, that's all I got to say about Zuckerbucker, and about Facebook and Meta and the Metaverse. I don't think it's a terrible idea, and I think it could be fun. I'm not dismissing it. I just don't. The person who's giving it to us is has no clout, has nothing, has no trust. The company, I don't know. He needs a new PR person. He needs to stop being a schmuck, and he needs to fix his existing products. All right, gals and guys, I'll catch you later. Bye.
What? What? I thought we were in the trust tree in the nest. Are we not feeling?